Ken Norton is the #1 heavyweight contender and hot on the trail of Muhammad Ali at this point in history. He's also dabbling in Hollywood. Norton trained for this fight with Ron Stander by starring in a movie called Drum. There is buzz that Norton might become both heavyweight champ and a Hollywood leading man, but Norton's not getting distracted. He shuts it down, says the only thing on his mind is the title. He's 1-1 against Ali at this point. Broke Ali's jaw in the first one, lost a tight decision in the second. So this fight on the Ali versus Jimmy Young undercard is a tune-up. Norton's made it clear. Beat Stander, then face Oscar Bonavena, then it's trilogy time with the greatest. Now let's talk about the fighter nicknamed the Bluffs Butcher. His biggest win, or probably the biggest head-scratcher on his record, is a 5th-round knockout win over Ernie Shavers. In all of his other fights, he looks like a victim in a crime scene. He doesn't have defense. He doesn't train. He's managed by Bruce the Mouse Strauss, the king of a lovable journeyman. And Stander is basically the heavyweight division's version of a demolition derby. You don't watch him to see skill. You watch him to see how much punishment he can absorb before someone throws in a towel or a stretcher. Even his hometown fans don't fully believe in him. Before he fought Joe Frazier in Omaha, they held a pep rally, a lot of rah-rah banners and over 2,000 well-wishers, and then his friends preemptively reserved the hospital room. When asked what he thought of Norton, Stander replied, "He's a good actor. I saw that movie where he was in a fight and he bit that guy's jugular vein. I'm going to bite his nose off in this one."
Right.
Yes.
All right. Round one underway, as you can see. Kenny Norton against Ron Stander. The scoring this fight on the 5-point must system per round. It has a mandatory 8 count. 3 knockdowns of a fighter in 1 round will end the fight. There's no saving by the bell. Stander in the red trunks, the white fighter. Kenny Norton in the blue velvet with the white trim, the black fighter. Kenny Norton, once a sparring partner of Joe Frazier. Much more than that now. Looking at Stander's body, you can see that he's got too much weight. Plain truth about this man is he is a journeyman fighter. He once had dreams like all fighters do. Somehow they linger because what else can he do at this stage? He's 31, Kenny Norton's 30. See Norton get that left in there? Won 3 out of 5 in 75. He cuts quickly. His face is red right now, and there's a cut over his left eye. This won't go long at all. Stander flailing away, but Kenny Norton doing the damage. And Stander, a veritable punching bag, very quickly. This is round 1 of a scheduled 12-rounder. It won't go that or anything like it. Norton's just heating up on it. Stander is a chubby body now. This is the merest kind of prep for what Ali, or rather what Norton hopes will be the ultimate fight against Ali. But Norton is a difficult fighter to contend with because he is an awkward fighter. If we can move our cameras down, he keeps his back leg in the bucket. And his body is always at an angle to you, a hard target to hit. See his back leg always in the bucket. We approach the end of round 1. Kenny Norton against Ron Stander, and overwhelmingly Norton thus far. The bell for round 2, the action gets underway. Kenny Norton is managed by Bob Byron, trained by Bill Slayton. Once Eddie Futch did that job. Eddie, of course, with Joe Frazier.
There you go.
Referee is a veteran, Harry Caccini. The judges, Larry Barrett and Terry Moore. They all vote. mic on it.
There you go, there you go. Right back, right back.
No holding, Sammy, no holding.
You heard Harry Caccini say no holding, no holding.
There you go. Right back, right back.
Wild swinging by Ron Stanley. The left eye is open again. It had been worked on between rounds. We have the countdown in round 2. And the best that can be said is it's not over yet. Or maybe that's the worst. Look at that. Just sitting duck. Kenny covers up effectively. He landed 9 in succession. Stander is staggering backward. Almost the end of round 2. We're back at Capitol Center, Landover, Maryland, at ringside. Round 3 of the scheduled 12-rounder between Kenny Norton and Ron Stander. Ron Stander, the near obese one, to the right of your screen, of course. Now it's back to you. First 2 rounds, mere exercise for Ken Norton. It's interesting that Ron Stander, when he was lighter and a little younger, knocked out Ernie Shavers. Would you believe that? Not that Shavers is a good fighter either. But Shavers did knock out Jimmy Young once in the first round. Later, the 2 fought a draw. That's the weakest aspect of Jimmy Young's record. Still to come is the Ali Young fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. Well, you got to give Stander credit for guts. They've closed up the cut over the left eye again, working on it assiduously between rounds. Stander trying to cover, Norton measuring and connecting. Right through the guard, left, right, combinations pouring in on Stander. Moving down to the midsection when Stander covers. Ken Norton, a workmanlike professional now. In his own words, getting better and better. Still hard to explain what happened to him in the Caracas caper against Foreman, though. March 26, 1974.
Get over, step back.
You heard the referee, Harry Caccini, say step back. He's looking at the eye, calling for medical opinion. Mercifully, this thing may end.
Good.
How do you feel? Good, Stander said.
Gets any worse. Stop it. Let it go now.
If it gets any worse, the medical examiner told Harry Caccini, the referee, stop it immediately. If it gets any worse, it's a mess. Blood is pouring out from over the eye, blinding the fighter. Norton is working methodically on it. It's not a pretty scene.
Get off of
It's
him.
the way it is in boxing. Oh, a right got into that eye again. Harry Caccini's got to take another look at that left eye of
Let me have a stop
Ron Stander.
punching.
He's separating them now and not stopping the fight.
All right, stop punching.
We're counting down to the end of round 3 with pictures that speak for themselves. Norton in a punching exercise. They are letting the fight continue. The bell for round 4, Norton against Stander. And I understand I've got to hook up to the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali, in his dressing room. Muhammad, this is an exercise for Kenny because he wants you.
Well, it's not really exercise. It looks easy, but it's hard work. This man is hitting hard. He could hit Kenny. He could butt him or cut him. So it's not as easy as it look, Howard.
All right, accepting that, Norton wants you. He's a workmanlike fighter, and he gave you two tough
Well,
goes.
he shall get me very soon. I am the greatest fighter of all times. Norton has never been a champion. I've been the champion for years. I'm ranked with the greatest, and when this man meets me, my hands are not hurting like they were the first two times. This time I shall knock him out cold because I'm going to do him like George Foreman did, and like I did Frazier, I'm going to be hitting hard.
Okay.
First two times I was not hitting hard. I was dancing and running. Novocaine was in my hands. The hands were hurting, but now I'm ready.
All right, let's get back to this fight. Stander's eye is gone again. Muhammad, thank you. Good luck in your bout against Jimmy Young. Stander's left eye is bleeding profusely again. It's the cut above the eye. When the cut's above the eye, as I've often noted, it pours into the eye and blinds the fighter. A cut below the eye, a fighter can continue indefinitely. You see the quickness of Norton's punching there, the combinations. Wild swinging by Stander, and now trying to cover up. Norton moves down to the midsection when there's no other recourse. This is what I mean by a professional fighter. Underrated by all of us in the beginning, although I must confess that some of what Ali said is true. He did have a damaged right hand when he fought Norton the first time.
Keep him up. Hello.
Harry Caccini telling Norton to keep his punches up. Norton apologizing to Stander. This is fourth round action. And it's been a bloodbath for Ron Stander. Stander is just falling forward, leaning on Norton. An occasional wild swing. End of the round approaching. Same pattern. Round 5 underway. Yes, the fight's still on, believe it or not. In case you joined us late, after this fight, we'll have the heavyweight championship fight, Muhammad Ali against Jimmy Young. This fight has been, in effect, target practice for Ken Norton. Early on in the first round, he drew blood, and much of it from above Stander's left eye. Stander, as you can see, appears to be overweight and substantial. Oh, that right got right to him, right through the guard and stung him. He's now just trying to cover up. Norton moving down to the midsection. Medical examiner examined the eye in the third round, said let it go no further if the eye gets worse. But so far, Harry Caccini, the referee, has not seen fit to stop it. Watching this fight, talking with us a moment ago, Muhammad Ali himself. Pummeling continues. Kenny would like to put an end to it, but so far hasn't been able to. That's it. Finally, Harry Caccini stops the fight. Ron Stander was just above us. We've been under him in his corner, blood pouring down from his face, and just really too bad. So one-sided from the very beginning, and this could have been expected from the very beginning because there's nothing in Ron Stander's record ever since the loss to Frazier in May of '72 that would lead one to believe that he could be a testing challenge. Right now, after this pause for station identification, we'll be back with more exclusive coverage of the heavyweight fight telecast here at Capitol Center Live, Landover, Maryland.
Ron Stander keeps fighting after this for another 6 years. I'm not sure we can call it a boxing career at that point. It was more like a series of scheduled beatings. He takes loss after loss, and at one point he drops a 4-round decision to a guy who won a tough man contest. His manager, Bruce Strauss, gave the excuse that Stander thought it was a 6-rounder because he cut back from drinking a case of beer a night to only 3 6-packs. Stander finished his career winning just one of his last 11 fights. But that early win over Ernie Shavers, it makes a little more sense when you consider Shavers' stamina problems. Stander was raw, but he was tough. You throw him in there with another guy who's out of shape, and he might just outlast him. That's what he did best, survive. He had that kind of farm-built strength where even when Norton rocked him, he just kept plowing forward like a guy breaking through a cornfield. And he wasn't just a fluke athlete. Stander was a two-time state wrestling champ out of Iowa. And if you're winning wrestling titles in Iowa, you're not soft. Meanwhile, Ken Norton doesn't get that next fight with Oscar Bonavena like he wanted because Bonavena was murdered just a month after this bout. So instead, Norton takes on Larry Middleton as a tune-up before finally getting another shot at Ali. If you want the full breakdown of Norton's career, Ali, Foreman, Holmes, I'll drop a link in the description box if you haven't seen it yet. Thanks for watching.